Feeding the mind. What does that mean to us? It means that while we definitely think that human beings encounter God through far more than just analytical thinking and reasoning are important. We're not in any sense anti-rational. Jesus called his followers to love God with all their mind, and we take that challenge very seriously. One of the key ways that is expressed is our belief that it is tremendously valuable to engage in a practice of committed study of the Bible. We affirm with all of our Anglican ancestors and siblings that God speaks uniquely to his people through this particular set of ancient texts. They're complicated, they have history, they have context, they have nuance. By no means is it a simple thing always to pull meaning from these ancient texts, but we believe that's the work Christians are called to do, and that God is speaking things that we cannot discover by any other way. Likewise, we value the study of church history and theology. We think that there is a lot of value in exploring the different ways that our ancestors in the church have lived on this planet as disciples of Jesus. We think that the insights that they left for us, the mistakes that they made, it's all there for us to learn from. And so we should pay attention, and we should build upon the theological insights that they labored for generations to provide. Another key way that we express our commitment to feeding the mind are our evening formation classes. We also value sermons that engage in real historical and scriptural depth and give people a broader perspective of how to understand the Bible. So some key ways that we express our commitment to feeding the mind. One is our evening formation classes, where we gather together as a community for in-depth teaching on a range of topics. One is the way we approach Sunday sermons, which we feel should offer real scriptural and historical depth in the way that they help people understand what's being said through our sacred texts. We also like to make a lot of space for conversation, for dialogue, for asking hard and sometimes even awkward questions. We think that process of wrestling and engaging and dialoguing matters deeply. We also offer St. Anne's Lending Library here on our campus, which is a curated resource of a whole lot of texts, many of which relate directly to the kind of ideas that we raise in our evening classes, in our Sunday sermons, in the conversations that bubble up over meals. We like to have books and texts, the places where we got our original ideas from, available so that people can read them for themselves and find new things for themselves in those same texts. As Anglicans, we commit to this deep study of Scripture and sacraments, word and sacraments. This is our foundation in our tradition. We think both matter infinitely, and yet we also agree that there is not one singular understanding of either word or sacraments that binds us all. We think there's real value in committing to these two things and then giving people as much room as we can to find the meaning that makes sense to them. Where is God speaking to them? Where is God calling them to understand these two pivotal foundations at this point in their life? That dialogue, that ability to change your mind and grow and come to understand things in new ways. All of this is what we think Christians are called to do with their mind. And being around folks with a diversity of understandings, not just one understanding that everyone has to get on board with. We see this as one of the huge gifts in Anglicanism, the fact that we build a very broad community and we share ideas and we learn from people who see things differently, and all of us together as one body grow. That's what we mean when we talk about feeding the mind.